We are back again for another review. Be sure you like this. Be sure you comment. Let me know your favorite songs. We're going to get into this Marvelettes Sophisticated Soul. So, Sophisticated Soul basically came at a time when um, a, a transitional period for the Marvelettes. They had their success with, you know, the hunter get captured by the game and Please Mr. Postman and Playboy and Beachwood. Um, they were on the up. So then there was, something going on in the group to where lead singer Gladys Horton had to step away. She stepped away because her child was born with uh, cerebral palsy. I believe that's what it is. Correct me in the comment section if I'm saying that right. But then I've read somewhere that so she left, and that's when Wanda Young took over as the lead vocalist, and Anne Bogan came in to replace Gladys Horton. Now, what's interesting about this, I think Anne just sings like one song on this album. The rest is just Wanda Young. And I believe some of these tracks are not really the Marvelettes singing. Background, some of it is the Dante's that's really doing the background vocals on these. And the Marvelettes, their primary producer was Smokey Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. He kind of was like sort of like the main writer, main producer thing going on. So this album was like kind of one of the last of the hoorahs. There was like a couple of more. There was like two final ones after this, but the two final ones I think was just purely Wanda Young and Dante's. For me, Sophisticated Soul is like really like when they were at their peak, and they were really doing their thing. Let's get into it right now. Let's stop talking about it. Let's get into it, right? So the first track, My Baby Must Be a Magician. So what's interesting about this is Melvin Franklin of The Temptations, he does the intro on this. You are under my power. It's the power of love. Right? I can't say like Melvin Franklin, but you get the point. This was written by Smokey Robinson. I really like the way that Wanda Young like really sets it off and paints the like gives the lyrics like characterality because nobody wasn't really, well, I'm not gonna say nobody wasn't, but I think in order to like sing a Smokey Robinson song, you would have to really, really compliment it in a different way, right? So I think when it came to the women's side, Wanda Young really put her effort in delivering Smokey's written songs in Smokey Robinson fashion, the same way Mary Wells did before she left. So um, I really like this song. It's really one of those. How can I say it? It's one of those um, unique arrangements, musical arrangements. Uh, I can't really describe it. It's so good. It's uh, the Funk Brothers is just phenomenal. Destination Anywhere, written by Ashford and Simpson. I think this is a great segue to go here. Like complimentary of the first track. My baby must be a magician because he sure got the magic touch. And then the second song is like Destination Anywhere. Uh, I like this song. I love the little east to west. I don't care. See my baby, don't want me no more. Like she's like delivering the song, like she's carrying it, like in a she's like she's delivering it, and she's delivering the story kind of like how, like I said, with how she did the first track, she's convincing, like the performance is convincing, right? And there's a version that came out, I think it's on 1968 unreleased Motown compilation that came out several years ago, and it was a version without the claps on there. And it was a trip because I'm like, it was weird hearing it without claps. Um, I think um, this performance is pretty good, spot on. I'm gonna hold on long as I can. Um, I heard like I think it was like a longer intro. I heard on a compilation of Marvelettes. I'm used to this song really going into the just dun 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 dun. But there was a version I found that kind of like it's like a longer intro. Uh, this isn't sung by Wanda Young. This is sung by Anne. Uh, it's a cool performance. I think it's refreshing to hear someone else sing in a sense, right? To kind of like prepare you for the rest of the album, which is strictly Wanda. Uh, I like this. I like this performance. I think it's very um, it's a convincing performance as well. Let's go to the next one. Here I am, baby. I like this track. Uh, this was written by Smokey. Just that drum pickup. Boom, boom. Right. Um, you know, it's almost like the Funk Brothers guitar players were like they were battling. It's like they were battling like there's a guitar that's doing something and the second guitar is playing like the same line but it's half step. It's like a half step down and then you could really hear three guitar players there. um I just love that riff that plays during the verses, uh, that Wanda Young is singing. When she's like, um, "One tie me down now, one of these days, one night." Like I think this was a funky song. These like it's very funky. I think the Funk Brothers probably had fun on this. I would have loved to have been in this session actually because it's so rich, like the musicianship, incredible. The next one we got is "You Are the One for Me," Bobby. Now the interesting thing is, uh, Bobby Rogers of the Miracles was going with Wanda Young. Um, it's interesting, like Smokey wrote this song, so I'm kind of curious in a sense. Um, like, what was the inspiration for this? Like, was she going around like really infatuated with Bobby Rogers, and she just was like, "Oh, Bobby's the one for me, Bobby." And then Smokey probably like took his pen and was like, okay." Um, I love that intro. That dun 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 dun. Um, this is a good song. I like it. There's two bass players on here. Like you listen to the bass is very fat. It's very like put together. I really like this. Uh, this might be like my most played track on like with this because it's so unique. It's so different. Like, how do you do "Here I Am, Baby" and then be like, "You're the one for me, Bobby"? Like, who does that, right? Uh, Only Smokey can do that. Reaching for something I can't have. This is, I have always heard this song and it was just like the chorus is always in the back of my head, always playing. Every time something happens that's relatable to me, I just be like thinking about reaching for something I can't have. There is not for me. Like I'm just like I really like this song. I like how it opens up reaching, reaching. I keep reaching, reaching. No, 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 reaching for something. I, I like this. Yeah. The next one, Your Love Can Save Me. Listen to this one. This is two bass players on this as well. And I'm going to dive into two bass players on Motown songs. I'm going to dive into that. That's going to be a kicker. Um, yeah. So I like this song. It's a standout. Written by Ashford Simpson. Um, fast paced. Um, yeah, this is another one that I really starting to get into a little more. Then you got You're the One. You're the one, you're the one, you're the one. Um, I like the way the organ opens up. Uh, you're the one, you're the one, you're the one. You're the one, you are the one for me, Bobby. And then you got You Are the One. Interesting, right? It's kind of like Smokey played uh, off his own song to create another masterpiece. Um, yeah, I love the arrangement on this. Seemed like when it came to the Marvelettes, the arrangements were like they were not playing. They were like I don't know who was doing all the arrangements. Was it just Uh, Paul Reiser? There was other people. I think Willie Shorter. I think that was his name. He was doing arrangements. Was it Willie Shorter? Yeah, I think Willie Shorter, something like that. Um, Don't Make Hurting Me a Habit. I like this song. Very. I really like this. This is a good one. Not much to say about this, but it fits well on the album. Definitely something I'm looking into placing this in a playlist, you know, of rarities because I got, a lot of playlists with rare songs on it. We got what's easy for two is hard for one. Cause easy for two, but easy one could do. It's hard. Um, yeah, Mary Wells did this first at Motown in like the early '60s, and then um, the Temptations had a version with Paul Williams singing lead. That didn't come out until I think the '90s or something on a compilation on a Motown compilation. I think Paul Williams did an excellent job on that, and it's a shame it didn't see the light of day until the '90s. Um, this version is good. I think she brought another bridge to it. Kind of like gave it a new feel, and it's an excellent, uh, real excellent version. You got the stranger. Um, the stranger. It's a good track. Um, Not much to really say on this. I think there's two bass players on this one as well. Listen to that, please. Some way, somehow. Um, these the stranger, some way, somehow is like for me, it's kind of like a bit of a hit or miss for me. It's because like all the other tracks is like standouts. Um, Now, if I'm not mistaken, the stranger, I think it was the stranger in some way somehow like that kind of like got re-released it on another like on the next Marvelettes album. So um yeah, this is a great album. Um if you want to talk about standouts, I would definitely say, ooh, wow. Here I am, baby. You're the one for me, Bobby. Uh, Reaching for something. Um, my baby must be a musician. I think those are like standouts for me. The ones that I think is honorable mentions. Uh, Your love can save me. Uh, Don't make hurting me a habit. Some way, somehow. Um, I think these are like I think this is a good album for 1968 because remember like I said in the Miracles review I said that you know that one was kind of like one of the last traditional Motown albums before they turned to psychedelic. Um, before Motown really started promoting the psychedelic stuff heavy, you know, mostly, Temptations and whatnot. This album is good. I feel like it doesn't get the recognition that it really needs. I actually believe none of their albums really receive much of a as mentions as one of the best albums. We always hear like a Cloud 9, um, the ABC, um, what's going on, Stevie's, for once in my life and whatnot. But I think the Marvelettes did a great job for the time they had, and I believe that they weren't treated right. Everybody else they 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 got the short end of the stick, in a lot of ways. And it's unfortunate that they kind of like was shot down by the wayside and really forgotten about because, people wanted to be like greedy and forget about them. And I think they were, to me, like they were one of my favorite groups of uh, the Motown sound as far as the women roster goes. I say them and Martha Reeves are like my top two. Uh, and then the Supremes will probably be like top three. I know some hardcore Supreme fans online. They might get in the comment section and beat me up and smack me, all that. But it's just an opinion. Opinions is subjective. But you know, uh, Marvelous deserves some praise. So this is all I'm pretty much going to do right here. The Funk Brothers did their thing on here. I'm not going to front. Uh, Shout out to the Marvelettes, to the members that's still alive. You know, uh, yeah. Don't forget to like this, comment, subscribe. Let me know what was your favorite song on here. Do you have a favorite album from the Marvelettes? What album do you want me to review from the Motown roster? I got one coming up. Uh, I want you to pay attention to that one when that one comes up. This is going to be a good one. So, all right, I'm out. Peace.